Everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back with here today with an article from January 13th from Twitchy.com. It says the new apartheid, South Africa strips Jewish cricket star of captaincy for being Jewish. And as we know with South Africa, if you've seen anything that's been going on at the god-awful United Nations and whatever, they're very much aligned with not Israel. Let's just go ahead and say. So this doesn't surprise me, but let's see what those assholes did. So, and here's the cons. Are we the baddies? Sort of thing, probably directed at South Africa, and I have to say that the answer to that question is probably yes at this point. So the article says we've seen a whole lot of famous anti-Semitism around the world after October 7th, when Hamas terrorists murdered, sexually assaulted, and kidnapped Israeli citizens, and Israel subsequently decided that it was going to put a stop to that once and for all, which they seem to be a very good job of doing, so go Israel. It says, but no matter how bad it gets, the world of sports is usually a place where people can go to escape a lot of political unrest and just see highly skilled athletes competing at their best. Yeah, not anymore. I'm sorry, I just kind of got the hiccups, but we're going to keep going on. We're going to plow through this. As this past week, the International Ice Hockey Foundation, IIHF, banned Israel's men's and women's hockey teams from playing in world competitions indefinitely. Yes, because it's those hockey teams' fault that their country, was basically surprise attacked and they're fighting back. It makes sense. This is kind of like even when you saw everybody around the world when Russia invaded Ukraine was banning like Russian players and teams and stuff, and it was like, what the hell did they have to do with that? I mean, that's at least a little different in a sense that they represented the country that was doing the bad thing, okay, not reacting to the bad thing that happened to them. Okay, even though I still don't agree with that, it's like, what did these individual players, these teams have to do with, Russia invading Ukraine when the answer is literally nothing? And this is kind of the same thing, except this time it's, we're going to ban you because the country that you represent is fighting back against people that want to annihilate them. Doesn't make any sense. So F these guys. Says, of course, they cite security concerns for their actions. Yeah, I doubt that's what it is. But what it amounts to is just punishing Israel in any way they can, which is exactly what I think it is. Says the Israel Ice Hockey Association and Israel Olympic Committee announced that they are suing the IHF over its decision. Good. Hope you are. But as wrong as that is, Israel is in the crosshairs right now, and they are going to be subject to a lot of hate and discrimination. But surely people wouldn't target athletes just for the fact that they are Jewish, right? Right. Says, hold our racist beer, South Africa just said to the world. And AG on Twitter, an account that you should definitely follow, is also a fellow tribesman. So he says, South Africa is stripping the under-19 captain of the cricket team of his position because he's Jewish. His name is David Teeger, and he's been relieved of his duties ahead of the showpiece event said to be held in South Africa. A new captain will be announced in due course. And here's their statement that, let's see here. It's just, I'm just reading it really quick as I'm talking. Yeah, they're kind of using the same excuses where it's like, it could lead to violence. It's like, no, it's because he's a Jew. Okay, simple as that. So it says, this is just astounding. David Teeger is a rising cricket star in South Africa, and I don't pay attention to cricket at all because, we in the U.S., we have our baseball, basketball, football, and to a much lesser degree, hockey, and then our college football and basketball, and that's really kind of all we really care much about. It says, now this writer is not going to pretend he knows a lot about the sport of cricket, but the young man has to be pretty good if he was named captain of this South Africa under-19 national team. And yeah, I would have to agree with that. He's not just probably pretty good, he's got to be great. It says, but none of that matters in a world where it's become acceptable to hate and discriminate against Jews. It says Teeger is not Israeli. He lives in, goes to school, and plays for South Africa, but he is Jewish and an avid observer of Shabbat. When he received a Rising Star Award for his play on the pitch in October, after the Hamas attack, he expressed his support for Israel. Oh no, don't do that. He said, yes, I've been given this award, and yes, I'm now the rising star, but the true rising stars are the young soldiers in Israel, Teeger said, according to the South African Jewish Report. Well, how many Jews are there in South Africa? Like 12? Can't be a huge population. Says, I'd like to dedicate it to the state of Israel and every single soldier fighting so that we can live and thrive in the diaspora. Nothing wrong whatsoever with that statement. So it said, for these comments, Teeger was suspended by Cricket South Africa and investigated for hate speech. Yes, that's hate speech. I want our soldiers to be good. I'm cheering them on. Because again, remember, they're reacting to something that was done to their country. And says, oh, by the way, the investigation was initiated by the Palestine Solidarity Alliance. Yes, this is going to be completely impartial. I can totally see that. Those think they were objective in their accusations against Teeger. I'm going to go with a no on that one, Bob. So it says he was later cleared and reinstated before this latest decision removed him as captain. So he didn't do anything wrong. We're going to do an investigation that found he didn't do anything wrong, but we're still going to strip him anyway. Sounds legit. So there's a bunch of embedded tweets here saying basically like, in my words, saying F those guys, because that's a bingo right there. If you read this full statement by Cricket South Africa, you will see that, of course, what they are concerned with just safety, because pro-Hamas protesters might target the World Cup. They caved to those threats and removed Tigger for no reason other than his religion and his support for Israel. Is he still on the team? Like, if he's still there, what's the difference between having him as captain and I mean, I don't know if it's different in cricket than it is in like other sports that whose captains are kind of prominent, like a hockey team, for example, um, or even soccer. But like, I don't know how that would if he's still on the team. Like, they're whatever. Are they just suddenly going to be like, oh well, he's not the captain. We're not going to try to target this anymore. Are they going to be like, no, he's still there. We're still going to go. So it just seems like a stupid decision. Says the second to last paragraph in the statement is particularly craven. It says CSA has decided that David should be relieved of the captaincy for the tournament. This is in the best interest of all the players, the SA Underline team, and David himself. Yes, even if he didn't do anything. Yeah, okay. So you are cowards as well, Cricket South Africa. I would agree. It's good to know, we suppose. And we're betting that Cricket South Africa never once talked to Tiger or the players themselves about what was in their best interest. Right. We're doing what's best for you. We know what's best for you better than you do. So someone who says, "Oh look, Nazi Germany has resurfaced in South Africa," and certainly seems like it. Another embedded tweet, and it says Nazi Germany has had a phrase like this to justify so many of the atrocities they committed. It was, and I don't know German or speak it. It was "für ihr Sicherheit," Sicherheit. I don't know. It's or translates to "Thank you for the translation. It's for your safety." And this is who South Africa is now emulating. And more tweets about it. It says, yes, lest we forget, South Africa is the same nation that celebrates the song Kill the Boer. And if you don't know what a Boer is or who, that's a lot more accurate, who the Boer is, let's just say that's the white people there. So, and yes, and they try to say, oh no, it's not really about, yes, it is. It totally is about that, killing white people. Says even Senator John Fetterman, who is basically, I guess, should every Democrat have a stroke? Because he had a stroke and he's like a conservative. I mean, he's not really, but you know what I mean. Just a lot of his takes are very, very common sense. So he called out the country, and I would recommend watching this video because he does put South Africa on blast. Though I mean, what do they care about a senator from Pennsylvania? This is good for Fetterman. Seriously, what is up with that guy? Sounds more based and conservative in recent months than a lot of Republican politicians we could name, and it looks like a complete regarding Henry transition. And go look up that movie if you don't know that reference. But yes, that's basically what I was just saying. And tweeted from, let's see, Benson, Joel Petlin, David Marcus. I don't know if Guy Benson's Jewish, but the rest of these guys are Barry Weiss. So yeah, just a lot of other tweets. So it says Weiss, as usual, is absolutely correct here, and I'm going to go back to her statement since it just referenced that. She said, yeah, that's how the Hitler's veto works, right? A lot of people screaming about it, and they just went, well, people are screaming about it, so we're going to do what they want. Says it only works if cowards allow it to work, and Cricket South Africa has showed the world how cowardly they are. As for Tiger, none of his words supporting Israel were hate speech, and the simple fact that he is Jewish is not a crime, or at least it shouldn't be. We have not been able to determine if he is going to fight this decision to remove him as captain, but I hope he does. Yes, I hope he does too. So yeah, what do you guys think about this? Do you think this guy should still be the captain of the team? I mean, I certainly do. What do you think about him being stripped for just being Jewish? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.